What do you mean, brace for impact?
Welcome to the Opinion Planet podcast. I'm your host,
Wait,
Nocam. What?
I had to open my Reds because it has a bottle.
Jesus Christ. I'm drinking a coffee.
Me too. Oh,
I'm not. No, I cut back on alcohol.
that's good. Anyway, you're the no cam guy, the one and only.
The Nocam, yes. Who are you?
I believe myself to be the Amadeus guy, Amadeus guy.
Amadeus.
Amadeus. Yeah, I like the ring. I like the sound of that a lot more. I am the Amadeus one.
Yes.
And
I'm GymBagBob. I'm nothing.
You're the female.
yeah, you're our token female, so we can say that we're not just two white guys talking
Yeah.
about our opinions. We like to have
Except
some
there's 3
diversity
white
here.
people, but it's one white woman, you know?
Well, white women are still, I'd say like a little less than moderately oppressed because of the woman. So
Okay.
we still have some token representation in here. We've had black people on, we're good.
Would you say, I mean, at this point, we might as well just say everyone's oppressed, right?
No.
Okay.
If you want.
Who is the most oppressed? Oppressed, not
Most
depressed.
oppressed?
Yeah, depressed, it'd be Jason, but yeah, who's the most oppressed class?
Most oppressed.
Yeah, most oppressed group of people.
What would that just be? Black women? Native American women?
That's your answer? Wow, how American of you. My answer would have been the Uyghurs in China.
No, we don't talk about that. Because they make
that's
our
right, yeah.
they make our toys.
But see, suddenly, as soon as like people get hit with the maybe your goods from China will be more expensive. Everyone freaks out. But when all of our goods are made with slave labor, nobody bats an eye because it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, because everyone. I think it's really just, what's more immediately going to affect them personally. Couple concentration camps in China isn't going to affect you personally.
Well, if the concentration camps lead me to be able to buy an iPhone every year or two, then is it really that bad? Is it really?
Yeah, see?
These are the hard moral, ethical questions we ask ourselves as Americans today.
Is that, should I buy an
other
iPhone or
question-
should I make sure that I'm not oppressing someone across the globe?
Yeah. Other questions that we will cover in today's episode of the Opinion Planet podcast will be the recent assassination of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
No, I didn't even know his name.
I've seen too many TikToks. It's an interesting story. Fucking everyone knows about it. It's Ocean Gate Part 2 Electric Boogaloo, except it's even better because like this guy actually impacted a lot of
I just love
lives.
all the comments of internet, do your job, and then all the internet, like everyone in the comments are like, dude, we don't care.
His name? Look, I know his name. I did some research. I found it out. His name is
Robert
Robert
Paulson. Yeah, I saw the same thing.
Yeah. We're also talking about another scam being perpetrated by a business person. This time, businesswoman Haley Welch, the one and only talk to a girl, she finds herself in some hot waters with a crypto scam hot on her heel.
I know you didn't.
What a fucking surprise. She had Jake Paul on, so fucking Logan Paul's influence must have creeped its way into her fucking brain. And then as far as like things that I found that were interesting, a drug cartel member got released from prison and he's expected to resume his normal business. And the Notre Dame reopens. I think a lot of world leaders went there to,
pay their
look
respects.
At the now rebuilt.
The famous rebuilding, and they used Assassin's Creed as a reference to help rebuild it.
I thought that was bullshit.
No, it was real because they mapped it out so fucking detailed.
I know, yeah. I remember Unity. I was hyped for Unity, and then it was
Yeah.
meh. But interesting. So yeah, we have a lot to get to tonight.
Yeah. Also, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Their announcement and then their um statement rolling that uh announcement back almost immediately. Uh,
Yeah, I think I'm glad I quit the post office because I think they use Blue Shield.
yeah.
I can look it up, but
No, a lot of people, like even my mom uses that. So, and I was on it at some point.
Jesus.
So that was riling me up a little bit. Like, damn, the audacity.
Yeah, yeah, fucking the U.S. Postal Service goes with Care First, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Yeah, fuck it. It's a big health insurance company. The fuck do you expect?
Right.
Um, what else did you want to talk about? I mean, we have some Canada gun ban. No way, that's crazy. They would never do that.
Whoa. Yeah. No,
What?
it's they just banned more guns.
Oh, that's
Canada
good.
said, okay,
But
this is
they
well, we'll get into it later. We can introduce ourselves.
we already
All right.
did.
No, well, we can talk about our
We can talk
weeks.
about our
That's what
week.
I was trying to get into.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw a curveball
Okay.
both your guys' way, and I'm gonna say Molly, how did your week go? We're gonna start off with you.
Average week.
What does that mean? Define what an average week is.
I worked.
Uh-huh.
I worked some more.
Do you only work?
Yeah.
You don't you don't have like you don't like start shit or like get into some stuff. You have like projects at work that you're starting and then like, oh, this is going well. Or like
No.
controversies at
You
work.
overheard some homophobia today.
What was
I
that?
did, yeah.
Yeah.
I was at Joanne Fabric today and I was walking to towards the register and all of a sudden I just hear from someone in an aisle just be like, "That's gay. I hate gay people." And like it wasn't like in a joking kind
Hmm.
of tone, like they sound dead serious about it.
I mean, they have their own
Which,
opinions.
Yeah.
well, those are incorrect opinions, and we have to
Okay, yeah,
correct
they're
their
on the wrong side of
opinions.
history, so we need to fix that. So why didn't
How
you
would
go
you
up and
fix it?
correct them?
Yeah, like, do you know how many people have suffered?
Because they said that in a random clothing or fabric store in
Yeah,
the rural state of Minnesota.
the rural
The
state.
rural
Okay,
state.
It's a
okay.
flyover state.
Fuck you. Yeah.
We have Mall of America.
Ooh, yeah, that's the line I use too.
No, I don't know. I didn't know these people. I don't care.
It's even
Like,
better then. You don't have to see him again.
Yeah, no, if it was
No,
me, I would
I
have
do.
walked up there and taught him a lesson. I would have showed him a piece of
yeah.
me.
Would you have immediately grabbed one of them by the throat, choke slammed them to the ground?
Just so you know, it was a female.
Oh
Well, we're
shit, well you can't
no,
beat
that
that.
doesn't change anything for me. Yeah, I would have done that. I would have grabbed the throat, threw them, and like dragged them across the fucking shelf, knocking everything off, and then slamming him to the ground, and then tell them, "Don't ever say that about me again." And then I walk off.
I think you get a round of applause from
Yeah,
everyone. They'd just be
I
like,
say
"Oh
it in like a
shit."
very like effeminate and lispy voice too.
And then what if that person stands up? Are you gonna quip back
No,
with
I
like,
just like step
"She's
forward,
right
or
behind
I just like take like a quick step towards them, kind of like a fake out, and then they just sit back down.
Like I've had power fantasies. Like I've had the fantasy of like school shooter. I'm gonna be the hero
Yeah.
type shit. I
I
wonder.
thought you were gonna
No,
say you were.
I mean I thought about that too, but not as much as like the hero situation. It's more fun to be the hero, at least in that
Yeah, I mean, if it's like
circumstance.
a shooter, like an active shooter, then yeah, that's exciting.
What a way to start this episode off.
This is so
Yeah, well, this
so
is what
far
happened.
like the more interesting way to start it.
Um. So yeah, anything else exciting happen for you, Molly?
No,
Nothing.
no.
Alrighty then. What about you, Nocam? Because I always forget
Oh,
about you, so I'm gonna go
thank
last
you.
this time. What happened?
A lot. I've been having these stomach issues for a while. I tried to go use my free health insurance provided by the government for that, and I was told to fuck
Mhm.
off. I'm gonna try again next week. We'll see how that goes. It's good. I jumped out of a Chinook. That went well. I was like
Nice.
one of the first guys to jump out, and the jump master was like, did like normally you say stand by, and then there's just a little bit more time, but
Yeah.
this time it was just like they had an oh fuck moment, and then they're like, all right, follow me. They just jumped out. So I thought that was
All
good.
right.
I didn't even have time to think. Just jumped into the abyss. It was at
Yeah.
night. It was good.
Is your thought process like any different nighttime versus daytime? Is it way more scary, like, or is it easier?
No, daytime is easier because you can see obviously, and there was no moonlight. I mean, in the
Oh,
grand scheme of things, nighttime is technically better because you're supposed to be surprised by the ground so you can roll into it. But
yeah.
no, that was the first time I jumped nighttime without my equipment, so I fucked up. I don't know if that was the reason, but like I just hurt my ankle so that for a couple of days.
So wait, without your equipment, so you landed with
Yeah, with
less
yeah.
weight in total.
But
Interesting.
like normally you have your equipment that's like floating or like kind of tethered below you, so like you hear your equipment go first, and then you're like, okay, so the ground is nearby. Now you can kind of prepare. But this time, you're just gonna have to guess. It's like, okay, it's
Yeah.
probably almost here.
Oh, yeah. That sounds. Well, I know you've mentioned that like they kind of want you to not tense up, but at the same time, like having at least a little bit, like you don't have to tense up, but just like knowing, okay, I've got like 2 seconds before I land. Let me adjust.
Yeah, I mean, you were supposed to like have like a certain way you get into the landing. Like you're supposed to have your knees slightly bent, and then like your fucking toes kind of pointed down, so you land on the balls of your feet.
Hmm.
But
Okay. Do you do like a superhero landing?
no,
Just
isn't it?
fucking
Yeah,
fist
isn't
on the
that
ground.
like one of the worst um like ways to land?
Find out.
Probably.
You out of the three of us, only you
You're
can
right.
find out.
You're
So
that'll be my last jump. Do superhero. So like this one idea, like ever since I, even before I joined, um, I always wondered, what it would be like for people who did static line jumps like that to like jump with pizza
mm,
boxes and be like a pizza delivery dude. So that's what I want my last jump to be. Is I'm gonna have some pizza boxes in there. I'm gonna
okay.
probably get like some of those like those plastic things you have in those pizza boxes. Just keep the boxes
Yeah.
sturdy. So you have those, and then probably some hot packs. So you can keep the pizza hot. Well, and it's all inside my equipment. So I just want to see if it survives. But yeah, so I'll do that along with the superhero landing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Huh.
Besides that, today I went rock climbing for the first time. So we'll throw back
Oh
all the
yeah.
way back to middle school where we went on this field trip, and there's a rock climbing area. Like it was kind of like a confidence course you do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember,
I
yeah, I
remember it.
remember it distinctly. I went on like the first like couple of like things, and it wasn't that I was too weak to like climb up. I was just like, no, I can't do it because it's too high up. It wasn't even
Yeah.
comparably that high. But I was just shitting bricks. All right, I was a pussy. But
Mm.
you,
I don't remember if I did it or not.
I remember that everyone else did it, or maybe that was just me, shitting on myself. But I just distinctly remember a lot of other people were like, everyone else did it, and I just decided not to. I was too afraid.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's just interesting, something that it's just more character building. Something that I used to be like deathly afraid of was like climbing on high up shit
Yeah.
to here.
That's good. What other fears do you have still?
I mean, in general, mostly height. I think is I wouldn't say it's like conquered. I would say it's still there. But I mean, it's something that I can just like kind of just shove down and
You
kind
can
of
do it.
just
You can
put it
do
in the
it.
back of my head.
Yeah.
Um,
What's another one?
I mean, unknown, obviously. Like
I can help you with that.
death. I
You
want
fear you fear death? I can help you with
Yeah,
that
we
too.
can do
I can help you get as close.
the one where they killed D. In Always Sunny.
I was more thinking like I just gave you a bunch of psychedelic drugs. Like that'd be better.
Yeah. No, that would be
You
interesting.
know,
Actually, I want a new mindset on life. I want to take mushrooms.
it's not if
No, it's going to
don't
completely
expect it
change my
to.
perspective on life. It's going to change everything.
Maybe maybe it will. I would be surprised if it did. Um, I think if you wanted to change your life, you have to take it when you're fucking like 14 or 15, and it'll fuck your
Yeah.
brain up. But it could be good. But yeah, I can help you with the dying thing. I'll get you close to it without like actually dying. So
I I,
make you
I think
appreciate
I'll
it.
pass on that, but I'm always down for new experiences. Um, I think besides that, it's just like, like the fear of like something can be done to help your situation, and then like you just have people that don't care, or just decide not to help. Much like some insurance companies out there. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, talk to me about that. How you got denied? What were you trying to go in for?
Yeah, well, I've had these stomach issues for a while, and I assume the source is from nicotine, and it still might be. I don't know, but I so I stopped doing that. I was trying different things before like I decided to be that one dude that just disappears from work so they can fucking do some bullshit at the hospital. But
Yeah.
whatever. So I get there, I go to the desk, the appropriate desk, and the dude. I'm already standing there for a while. I already know that it's not going well because I see the dude. There's another person standing there who looks visibly annoyed,
Hmm.
and then there's that guy there, just behind the desk, just like crossed arms, just looking up, not really doing shit. Um, yeah, so I make it up to the desk. I ask, hey, can I, make an appointment for possible gastrointestinal issues? And he's like, okay, first you need to make an appointment with this guy. It's someone in a higher echelon than I am. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of stupid, but no, obviously I didn't say that. I was respectful. I was nice. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I asked for an appointment with that, and he's like, "Oh, well, we don't have any appointments." Like he didn't even glance at his computer. He didn't touch anything. He just looked at his computer screen and then looked back, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, we don't. Yeah, there's no
Okay.
appointments for that. Oh, which which affiliation are you?" And I'm like, I tell him, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah. There's nothing for that. There's no appointments for that."
You should have lied. You should have said something more important.
Uh, I,
What would you have said would have been like, from your understanding, like a higher echelon of respect? Like, what would you have had to have said? Like, you're
maybe higher up
fucking.
inside the unit, but I mean, even then, I'm still wearing my uniform. I was in my
Okay.
uniform, so like he saw the rank and shit. So like it's not like he's gonna. I could have said like I know people, but at the same time he's not gonna give a fuck because he's not in the service. He's a contractor.
Okay.
So and then they're notorious for being cucks because I don't know why. Um, but yeah, so he said that I couldn't get an appointment with that. Then I'm like, all right, can I go to something else on base, or is there something else I can do? Because I kind of want to get this dealt with. And he's like, nope, you have to be here. You have to get it here. And I'm like, okay. And then he said to talk to him
You
on
have to be
Tuesday
there.
or it's Thursday or Friday. And then I'm like, all right, well, do you have a number so I don't have to come back here? And then
Yeah.
he just said, yeah, you can call this number. And then just started saying fucking numbers right after he said that, like an asshole. Like, hold on, let me write it down. Fucking retard. God damn. That pissed me off. And then I just looked at
Yeah.
the fucking. There's a sign right next to it that had the same number on it. I don't know why he didn't just fucking point that out at first. He's like, or yeah, you could use that too.
He has an incentive to get as many people through his doors and then out there as soon as possible, or as
There's
soon as
no
they have
there's
to
no
be
incentive to
fucking.
go through the doors. I guess there's an incentive to turn people away, because
Yeah.
the less
Well, it's all
people
about
that are
incentive.
going to the are getting help are more people that are like boots on the ground and can cut some grass.
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy for the other primary thing that's happened this past fucking
Yeah.
week, but
So yeah, all in all, I'm gonna give that number a call on Monday, and I'm gonna try and figure out what the
yeah,
fuck this is. Hopefully, before my training exercise. So
yeah.
Good luck. Doctors aren't very helpful when it comes to stomach issues.
we'll
I
we'll see what
mean,
happens.
Maybe it's just because I'm a woman.
yeah, that's probably it. When it comes to like the scheduling thing, don't be afraid to be aggressive. Like I imagine if you started swearing at them, they'd hang up. But you can like put a little bit of anger and ramp up the speed of which you're talking a little bit to like emphasize your point.
I'm not. I mean, I don't do that. I normally just slow down, and just stare at them like they're retarded.
Oh, well, I thought you had to do a phone call
Oh,
with
I
them.
mean that. I mean, I'll just stay calm the whole time. I don't. I feel like if I just start
No,
speeding up, and I'm like, sir, you're being very aggressive right now.
no, there's a way to do it. All right, I can't walk you through it entirely.
Okay, yeah, fucking thank
Point.
you.
Well, fuck it. I'll make the call for you then. No, you need to be assertive and get. Do not end that call without getting something. All right. If you have to call back because they hang up, you will call
Dude,
back
I know how
and
to. I know how to do that.
demand.
All right, I've. It's a part of
Okay.
my. It's a part of my stupid ass second job that I have.
Well, that's
You know,
perfect. It's training then. You're
training
good.
on how to be assertive.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
That has many uses in life.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
It started off as a slow week, like every week. And it's like, nothing much is gonna happen, and a fuck ton happened. And yeah, I guess with
Yeah.
that second job, that was also interesting because I thought I was like everyone got off work early. And I was like, awesome. And then I started getting calls about my job, and they wanted to put me on a roster for something. And then I'm like, don't put me on that fucking roster. That one's a whole like side thing to talk about. I'd have to fill in the lore, and I don't want to do that. It's too much time.
Okay.
So, how was your week?
Um, you know, started off shit and it's gotten progressively better for the most part. Yeah, I had a. I mean, the Monday, whatever. Work was bullshit. All right, my fucking coworker, one of them, the same guy who was hired the same time as me, he's fucking trash in every conceivable way. I I don't want to like have to explain every nuance of my job in order to properly describe the scope to which this guy's a fucking asshat, but the important takeaway is we had a job scheduled at 8 and he didn't show up until like 10:30
Yeah.
ish or so. Um, and his excuse was that he overslept. No, I don't check my jobs. You know, oh, well, I wasn't sure when you were going to show up, so I didn't really bother to try and call you or figure out when you were going to be there. It was just
I
bullshit.
always show.
Yeah, other techs, they show up late, so I assume you would have, but, it's just what fucking ever. Fuck that guy. Piece of shit. He's just a terrible fucking
Yeah.
coworker for like actual workability. It's not like once he gets to the site, okay, now it's gonna get easier from here. No, exact opposite. It's gonna get harder. It's gonna get slower. It's gonna fucking.
See, it's funny
But
because, like I said earlier, at least to you, if it was in my organization, would have been slightly different. There probably would have been like,
how
some
so?
hands thrown.
Uh, I mean, the best part about the whole thing, and it's still fucking. I can look at the numbers, but so technicians, they I believe get like 5% of a job's total cost. Um, but if it's a two-man site, it's
Split between.
yeah, so they up the percentage to 7, but typically each tech gets 3.5%. Because I did about 75% of the work, um, I got 5% and he got 2.5. So I guess that's cool, but it's that all that amounts to is that I got $70 for that job, which is considering that was a 14-hour day. It was fucking
Awesome.
atrocious, but how did it get worse? Fucking massive quick trip, bullshit, bunch of issues. It's just unreasonably large for one person. The work week itself just fucking sucked, alright? Nothing good happened. It was a bunch of bullshit, shitty sites, shitty coworker. Um, the good parts, though, is that I can finally stop talking about when the Crown Vic is gonna get fixed, because guess what, motherfuckers? It's fixed. It drives. And the bill was, I mean, it was still expensive. It was like $1,700, but
I
700.
you said 1,500.
Um,
Then whatever the battery costs.
I guess I can look it up right now, but yeah, it's fixed. It drives. I just had to buy a new battery, which I paid basically $80 for. Um, yeah, so the bill was 1625. Um, take off 700 of that for tires, which it's just overdue. And with winter here, I just said fuck it, I can pay for it right now. But yeah, it's good. I was driving it a lot today, just in town, not really pushing it, but just seeing how it drives, how it feels. Took it to a car wash. Um, yeah, I fucked up one other thing with the vehicle that I didn't even know. The hood strut that keeps the hood open. One of them's bad.
Okay.
Probably because I left the hood open for like days on end, so I'm guessing it just wore it out. But it's whatever. It's not a stupid expensive part, and it's manageable. I don't need it to stay open for long periods of time. But yeah, it's on the road. Still gotta get insurance and update the tabs. That's more money that's gonna be gone every month because we love insurance. Insurance is useful. It saves us so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be useful.
No. When has insurance ever been useful? When has it actively warranted the cost that you pay out of pocket for it? Where it's like, okay, yeah, you've been a customer with us for 10 years and you've never missed a payment. We're going to make you whole again. We're going to make sure everything is taken care of. I'm sure there's cases. I've just
I
never
just
seen
think it's insane that
it.
like, it's like a lot of insurances are like required. So like they have guaranteed customers, you know, like
Yeah,
guaranteed
that is.
by the government. So,
Yeah. Well, I think there's like 3 states maybe in the
yeah.
US where it's not required by law, but yeah, that is ridiculous that they're guaranteed customers.
That's like
Um,
if you live in a state and like you're required to buy a Costco membership, it's just to buy groceries.
yeah, and, if something they can just kinda raise the price. Well, yeah, they can raise the prices on you without it even really being your fault. So I think, like, if you get into an accident and you weren't at fault at all, like, you did everything right, um, they can still just raise the rates on you because you're more risky of a driver somehow. Because you've been in an accident once, so it means you're more likely to. I don't
Or like
fucking
the age
understand
too. I think that one's stupid. The age and the gender.
it. Yeah. Okay, I get why those exist. I just don't think it should be as much of a factor.
Yeah.
Like,
Because again, it varies. It depends on the person. How often do they
yeah.
drive the vehicle
Ugh.
or
Statistically, you're more likely to. Well, I don't fucking care.
yeah.
All right. I'd say like after
Statistically, I'm more
maybe it.
likely to assassinate your CEO now. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, maybe AI could be useful for this, although I doubt it because it would actually improve insurance as a whole. But like creating individual profiles, because it's too big to like have one agent fully handle a person's like to look into their driving habits, etc., history, the vehicle, all that shit. It's all just automated anyway, but like if you have a fairly competent AI that can do it, I would hope that it could do a more individual case by case basis
yeah,
effectively, although that probably wouldn't be the case. But no, it's just stupid, especially because the vehicle I have, the more recent the vehicle as well, the higher the insurance. They look into crash statistics and a whole bunch of other shit, and it's a former cop car. All right, I'm sure there's a lot of fucking statistics about it getting into accidents, whether those are civilian used or police. I don't know if they differentiate. I'm assuming not because if they don't, that means they can charge more money. So it's a 2010, probably been in a lot of accidents nationwide. Insurance is just a bitch. I I I kind of get it. Like I'd hope that if I got into an accident and I wasn't at fault that the other guy has insurance because they need to fucking pay for this. But I just think the system is flawed. There's got to be a better way to where it's not such a fucking excessive money drain, or that it's so goddamn difficult to find like quotes that don't fuck you in the ass.
yeah. Or like
Like my
maybe
first vehicle.
you know the money is the same, but like they actually fulfill, you know, they actually do their job as an insurance and insure you.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm completely not at fault, and they just reimburse me. Like, yeah, it's a loss for. Well, they lose more money this way, but I did nothing wrong. But no, I remember vehicle searching or insurance shopping for my first vehicle. I think it was
Yeah.
2006 Chrysler Sebring. I went to the State Farm insurance office that was literally a minute walk from where I lived at the time. They dead ass looked me in the eye and quoted me at 290 fucking something dollars a month.
Jesus.
It's fucking
Wait,
it's
200 what?
ridiculous. It was like
Yeah.
290 something. It was
I mean, that's how
insane
much I'm paying
per month.
for my current vehicle, but it's also not paid off and it's 2015. And it's like a
Yeah.
higher, I guess, technically a higher end vehicle, but
I I don't think that the year I mean, I guess it technically is more valuable the more recent the year, but like I feel like they also inflate the value of vehicles heavily because if they do that, they can make more money. A 2010 Crown Victoria is not like in a perfect condition with a bunch of police equipment, you could see one go for fucking like
Yeah.
6, 7,
Well,
8
it's funny
grand.
because
All right,
your
it's
car is worth a lot to insurances, but they're worth nothing to car dealerships.
yeah, and it's just crazy how that works. No, it was. I think when I was driving it last, the Crown Vic, I was able to get insurance for like 130, which sorry, my PC cut out. Which isn't terrible, but it's still just goddamn. Especially because I don't drive it. I'm not driving it to work. I have a work vehicle. It would just be something that I'd be driving on the weekends, which is still
Yeah.
nice, but I don't know. It's fucking. I don't know how it would change unless fucking SEC or FTC start investigating auto insurance companies and declaring you guys have. Everyone loves to pick at big tech, and I agree that like big tech, it shouldn't be all powerful. Why is insurance companies all powerful? Fucking Florida, places that got hit by hurricanes, places that have house insurance. The one time they have to pay out because a fucking hurricane came through and destroyed their fucking house. Um, I haven't looked into it, but I'd imagine there's like a lot of cases of insurance companies not paying out or not paying enough. The one time they actually fucking have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just be talking out of my ass. Maybe those insurance companies are fucking flawless, but I doubt it. All that is to say, I've had a pretty good week. So, well, the tail end of this week has been pretty nice. I've got my vehicle back. It's fun to drive, especially with new tires and new rear suspension. I'm getting used to it, and it's just I want to spend more money on it to make it even more fun, but I'm kind of broke at the moment because Christmas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, otherwise, fuck. I'm buying some Coca-Cola tomorrow. That's exciting. Oh, the last interesting thing that's happened. I'm in the process of dyeing my hair blonde right now. It looks a bit goofy at the moment, but it's gonna be fixed tomorrow. That's that's the plan. So
Yeah. Okay, well that's
yeah,
kind of
I'm
cool.
going back to my blonde
You're
hair.
gonna go back
Yeah,
to.
yeah. You know what? I'll just send you a photo of what my hair looks like right now.
I kind of fucked it up.
We found out what the issue was, what we think, and we know how to fix it. You can't even fucking see it in this lighting. Maybe you can a little bit. Yeah, basically, um, some like the top portion of my hair that like got some of the blonde streaks going, but we didn't like. I think honestly, just like combing the bleach and the fucking developer through the hair to get like all the strands, make sure it's an even coat, apply it evenly. Basically, I think that's the issue. So
Okay.
Just that your hair is so short on the sides that it's hard to get all of it in there.
I mean, I have a little scrubber that I can. I don't know. I know it'd be like getting in the scalp, but like it'd be fine, right? It just
The
burn.
comb would probably be better.
Okay.
Interesting. I've
So
never
yeah,
dyed
I'm
my
going
hair.
back to
I
my
mean, I
blonde.
did a little bit for that um Halloween thing, but
Yeah. I don't know. I thought I'd never be one of the people that dyed my hair or paint
yeah,
my
I'm gonna dye
nails,
my
but
hair blue.
if you dye your hair blue, I'll dye my hair red.
That's insane.
Um,
Why? Why red?
Why not green?
yeah, maybe I'll go
Oh
with
yeah, we
green
should. And
instead.
then you should dye your hair yellow.
Yeah, Molly, that'd be great.
Me with yellow
Yeah.
hair.
Bright yellow.
I don't think that
Well,
would
that's
look
all our
that
favorite
great.
colors, so we're doing that now. So
Yeah. Um, no, I've done the dye hair before. I don't know. I think certain color schemes did not look as good as I was hoping. Like I remember trying to do black with red
yeah,
streaks, and it looked okay for maybe a day, and then the red got washed out, so it was just black. It didn't look terrible, but I don't know. I think the worst I've ever done, it was when I was working at fucking Right Way with he who shall not be named, but I had like, I swear it was like dark blue with red streaks. I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Elias.
It looked ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. I was working with him. I think actually he might have quit by then. Either way, I looked ridiculous.
What was it when you worked at that construction job?
I think normal.
Maybe
You
blonde.
had paint. You
I
had
don't think you
painted
had
nails
No,
for
I
sure.
no, yeah, I had blonde hair. I can pull up a photo. I know I had blonde hair at that time.
Because I remember
Maybe it was like kind of
at
becoming.
family get-togethers, my uncle brought it up that you had painted fingernails.
Did that offend you?
Huh?
Did that
No, he
offend
just
him?
thought it was funny. It's like he was just saying, well, I guess, that line of work wasn't his forte.
I think I would do a much better job. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm glad I got fired. All right. Now that I think about it, that job kind of fucking
It
sucks. I like my current job more.
I mean, that job would suck as like a year round. I didn't really mind it since it was only temporary and I knew like, okay, I'll be, basically whenever I want, I could say, all right, I need to start doing college shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
But
No, I was gonna be in it for the long haul. I don't know. I know I had blonde hair at the very start, maybe toward like the last couple of months or the last like month of that job. I think my natural hair color, so I had like a mix. I think honestly I liked my hair when it was the mix the most.
yeah,
Or just full blonde. I don't know. I think it looked okay. But that's just me. I have to change it up every now and then. I'm fucking up my hair because I already have thin hair. This is my third time bleaching it. Tomorrow's gonna be my fourth time. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. You'd look interesting with blonde hair though. That'd be a look on you,
I
Jason.
literally have blonde hair.
I'm talking just like fake blonde hair, all
Are
right?
you
Like dyed.
saying like light blonde or what?
Yeah. Yeah, like a light blonde, like gold, fucking Goldilocks looking ass.
Yeah. No, I'm a
It'd be
blonde-haired
interesting.
idiot. All right.
I know.
I'm a dumb blonde. It's
That's what
just
I'm
dirty
becoming.
blonde.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't know. I'm trying new things. I just gotta get my money up and yeah, everything will be good.
Unbankable.
unbangable. All right. Well, let's just fucking swing right into this.
Okay. You wanna start us off with the breaking news?
Big news. Yeah, I mean, everyone already knew. It was kind of interesting because I was at lunch when it happened earlier this week, and I just read it on the news, and I was like, "That's awesome." Like, I didn't even look into it. I just saw, it's a healthcare
Healthcare.
like
Yeah.
insurance company. Like, okay, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
dope. And then, yeah, the more found out about it, you know, he's the current Mr. Incredible right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Currently,
I'm
apparently the FBI offers $50,000 reward
That's it.
for any information leading to
Jesus
the arrest. Any.
Christ, that's fucking ridiculous.
But like, can you imagine like
And
separating your information? Like, I'll call back tomorrow for another 50 grand.
I'm sure there's
Yeah,
people.
I would do that. I would haggle for the
Yeah.
reward. Fuck that.
Easily. The fucking NYPD, their reward was
Yeah,
10
that's it.
grand. And that's less money than some of the fucking
Yeah.
costs that
The
people have to
richest
pay.
people in the world are like calling for his arrest because they're shaking in their boots right now. And 10 grand is all you got.
Yeah. Dude, if I were a fucking CEO and I felt threatened by this guy's action and like people cheering it on, and I felt uncomfortable. No, do a fucking power play. 5 million to
Yeah.
whoever fucking finds him.
Yeah,
Make it
if
fucking
I
worth
owned Blue Cross Blue Shield, especially after what they pulled the day of,
Yeah.
I would drop that. So yeah, so
Like
his what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, like, you don't have to phrase it like, yeah, we'll pay you 5 million to kill the guy, but like, if your information leads to his arrest, yeah, we'll give you 10 million.
Yeah.
All right, we care for our own something.
Nah, I would
Just
have put on
50
Twitter
grand.
wanted dead or alive. Like a classic
Yeah,
outlaw.
Gen Z marketing
Yeah,
team right
but
here. It'd be fucking
bought like a whole section of the New York Square, Times Square.
yeah.
New York
Yeah.
Square.
All right, whatever, Times Square. And then yeah, just like on the big ass billboard, wanted dead or alive, $5
Yeah.
million.
See, if I had fuck you money, that would be I could
Yeah.
do that. All right, that's not.
um
But no, it's I was gonna say so. Yeah, he was so. I've seen the clips of like police praising the guy in a roundabout way of like how clean this was.
yeah.
The video, I think he fires his first shot. The gun jams, immediately clears it. So the guy's definitely been fucking practicing. Like the whole timeline of events that they've constructed. I mean, the fact that the guy like wasn't immediately caught, it's either luck or
Yeah.
whatnot. But like, they're fucking hyping this guy up like he's Agent 47 or something. Flew in or rode in on a bus from Georgia with a fake ID, walked all over the city, had his mask on at all times. The only photo they have of the guy supposedly without his mask on is when he was at a hostel flirting with the female
But it's
employee
interesting because the
because
only two
she.
photos they have is like within the same timeline, but it's like of two different people, or it's two different jackets.
Yeah, so I don't even know if that's the same person. I mean, the one thing I was thinking that kind of makes me think it is the same person is if they are two separate people. Um, the guy who was like caught with the mask down, smiling. I feel like if he's just a regular guy, he would have probably. I would imagine the average person would crumble and be like, "Okay, I need to clear myself
Yeah.
right away. I can't let this stand." I'd imagine maybe the guy just doesn't fucking know the news. I don't know, but I mean, with that many fucking posters and photos and shit, I'd imagine that person would be like, "I need to clear myself before I get
Yeah.
fucking got." Yeah, before the CEO hit squad finds me. So that kind of makes me think it's the same person, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Um, as far as like the reaction goes, wait, are you talking right
Oh no, I'm not.
now? Hello? Sorry, your icon was just lit up, so I wasn't sure if your audio
Okay.
was fucked or what
Okay.
it was. I was just gonna also say I'm not surprised by the reaction from like the general internet. We saw this with Ocean Gate, the fucking billionaire trapped in the sub, and how everyone was just making memes. It was funny as fuck.
Well, it's not funny. You can't be joking about that.
Oh,
You can joke about like any other
I
like random dude's death, but like it's too far if it's they're that high profile.
Yeah, if they're a billionaire. I feel bad for his wife and two kids. All right, I in a perfect world, violence is not the answer. There would be better ways to go about this, but it's not.
Yeah.
Um, I feel bad for his wife and kids. That's gotta suck. Your husband and your dad just got fucking gunned down just because he happens to work at this job. That sucks. But
Right.
I also completely understand the opposite side of this guy is the face of everything greedy, exploitative, and fucking sinister about one of the most broken systems in this country. I think his salary was like 24 million a year he was taking in. The company that he worked for, I think, was the fourth or third largest company in terms of profit in the U.S. A healthcare company, something like 300 and something $billion profit was, I think, 30 or 47 billion after all expenses and
Yeah.
shit. So 40 billion profit, we'll just call it that. Um, Again, I don't have an issue with companies making that amount of money. I just don't think it should come at the expense of you have an incentive to deny, delay, or depose fucking claims because if you don't treat people, that means less money out
Well,
of your
defend,
pocket.
right? Not the
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I agree with like the capitalist mindset that the best way to get shit done is to incentivize or like it'll make it worth the person's
Yeah.
time. That's how we've gotten incredible innovation because if you innovate and you're fucking amazing, your shit will sell. But when it comes to like healthcare, your right to live pretty much I don't agree that it should be totally free or paid for by the government because that has its other host of issues. Canada, which we'll fucking talk about their plethora of issues in a
Yeah.
little bit, but there's got to be a way better middle ground than whatever the fuck this is. Like, you guys can both. You just fucking talked about your doctor issues trying to schedule something. Granted, it's not the same company, but it's still just like the attitude of
Well, yeah.
the
I
industry
don't
as a
think
whole. You feel
free
broke.
healthcare is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I feel like you
in a
have to
perfect
pay
world,
for something. Just because,
yeah,
you're gonna unless obviously in a perfect world we have enough, healthcare workers to deal with like, an influx of people and there's no like long wait times and we have a bunch of skilled workers to deal with them regardless, but
but that's just not going to happen overnight. That would take
I don't think it would
a
happen at all because, we just no matter what, we're still going to have more people coming into the hospitals than, what a
people
hospital can handle.
working.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of fucky and I hate the system. But like, I mean, there has to be something else. I mean, I guess, I don't know. There has to be because I think we're the only like Western country. Yeah, we are the only Western country that doesn't have free healthcare. So,
Yeah. Well, that's because Europe and fucking Poland and those cunts don't have to spend a dime on defense. I mean, they're starting to
oh yeah,
now.
no, they're starting to
In
freak
case,
out.
yeah, because our current president is going to completely dismantle NATO, which I don't think he will.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't know. Maybe if we start demanding that they pay more in NATO for military expenditure that we provide them, that yeah, they might have to start charging you like $30 every time you go to the
maybe,
hospital.
yeah.
I'm fine with that though. All right, I mean, Molly, what have the medical bills you've gotten recently for going to the doctor because your stomach was in an immense amount of pain? I got two questions for you.
Yes.
What were they able to tell you about how to solve your issue, slash, did they solve it for you? And how much was the total cost for all of this?
They prescribed me some medicine, one of which they had me test that kind of helped a little bit, made the pain more manageable. One of the other ones they didn't give me at all. They just were like, it's supposed to help with nausea. Um, but I was kind of in the room by myself majority of the 4 hours I was there.
So even
Um,
with healthcare
my
that you're
bill,
paying for, you're still waiting a fuck ton of time just sitting there.
yeah. I will say one of the nurses did say that he was like with a lot of other patients and it kind of made it seem like he was the only like actual doctor there at that point.
Yeah.
Um but my bill, what I have to pay is 600 something. My insurance paid 400 something.
There we go. I,
Yeah.
I think medical debt is like the number one contributor to bankruptcy in America. I think that's a proven fact at the moment.
Which is sad. Um, I kind of want to roll it back to the sociology of the whole, shooting situation of like, I mean, there's a lot of cringe comments of like, oh, the working class is finally standing together, and you'll still go to work on fucking Monday. So,
Yeah.
but I just think it's interesting a lot of these like people trying to paint it Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is, a death of a human being, and that's, it's never good. It's one person. Daddy's not gonna be showing up to Christmas this year, but at the same time, like you said, it's like symbolic. I mean, somebody had. If it wasn't him, it was. I feel like somebody was eventually gonna take a bullet.
Yeah. I mean, you get to I mean, we can narrow down the list of suspects. We have to look at who's been fucked over by what was the company's name?
United Healthcare.
Yeah, who's been fucked over by United Healthcare for exorbitant costs? Oh, a lot
Yeah,
of people.
a shit ton of people.
That-
Not even just that, like the other healthcare companies that are out there. Like,
yeah, or not even crushed by bills, just getting outright
I
denied.
mean, yeah,
That's
that
another
that
one.
was also something I was gonna bring up was we don't even know his intention. One would assume is that he was fucked over, or like he had a family member, or he himself, had issues, and they denied it, and he just was fed up with it, or maybe it was just like he saw all that shit going on, or maybe he just hated healthcare companies, and maybe he just decided to do it.
Either way, I mean, the people that say we don't,
Maybe he tried to apply there and he didn't get the
Dude, that would
job.
be a
maybe that'd be
pathetic
motivating.
way
That'd be,
to like. I mean,
yeah.
I guess he sent the right message somehow.
Yeah. You should have looked at my fucking
Yeah.
McDonald's management more
He like
experience and been.
sees like all the comments like, I didn't want that. What? This isn't what my cause is about.
Well, I think it's definitely. I'm gonna say fact at this point that it's ideologically motivated by the fact that like he etched
Yeah,
deny, defend, depose onto his fucking
right.
shell casings for
No, that
the
was on
bullet he
accident. His
fired.
buddy gave him those bullets.
A baller move. All right,
That
that's
was that was kind of a baller move. But again, I just think it's interesting, like all these, like Elon Musk, um, that condemning the actions, and he's like, all the CEOs, they help the stockholders. And, there's this New York Post, the article I'm looking at for the, which I thought was a joke at first. I guess they did like a lookalike
Mhm.
contest. New Yorkers mockingly
Oh yeah.
celebrated the assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Washington Square Park with a truly tasteless shooter lookalike
Hmm.
contest as the frantic manhunt for the brazen killer entered its fourth day. So, yeah, I think the winner got like $50. Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's. I wonder if the guy was there and he didn't
that's
even fucking
that's what I
win.
was wondering. Can you imagine if the New York police department set up that look like contest? Like, come on, he has
Yeah.
to show up. He wants that
Yeah.
$50.
Who could who could
Who
resist?
could
Yeah.
resist
Pay
$50?
fucking medical bills. Yeah. I I don't, nothing's gonna change from this. I mean, either the guy gets away and people just it's like a urban legend type thing. Oh, you remember that one time? Or I don't know, they find him, he dies in a
Yeah,
gunfire accident, whatever. He becomes a martyr, or I
I
don't know,
don't.
he gets
Yeah,
captured, he gets prosecuted, and
a
nothing
lot of people
changes.
are like, "Oh, this is the beginning of an uprising," but like, who's
No,
who's gonna
I
step out there and be the next person to do that? It's
yeah.
definitely not the person
I
posting on
mean,
TikTok.
I'll make a promise that like if in 30 years Molly has like a serious medical condition and she gets denied and she dies and I have like nothing else to lose, there's like nothing else going on. Yeah, I'll start planning. But
Which makes sense. I mean, that I would say that's fair, but I mean, I would say the same like if it was like a family member of mine and something like that, you know.
yeah, like so going back to Elon Musk's thing, which I still think it's funny that like he's parading his son around now. It's his human shield.
Yeah.
I I can understand that like CEOs do create value for a company and they should be compensated. All right, companies should be allowed to make profit even if it is a ridiculous number like 47 billion. But my caveat to that is that you have to actually be providing a valuable service that enriches the quality of people's lives. Clearly, healthcare companies are not doing
Well, I
that.
mean,
They
no
are
company does that.
incentivized to. I mean, yeah, yeah. I guess that's the philosophical issue. Like, I'm not. Just take care of your employees or take care of your customers. If you can do that, then I don't really fucking care how much you're making, because if you're doing a good job, then yeah, I'd say you deserve it.
Right.
You're doing a good
Yeah.
job, but that's a big
Does
if.
anyone does
Not a
anyone have
single.
like his Elon Musk's Twitter post
I can pull it up. Give
or
me like
X?
20 seconds to it.
Got it.
Let me change this shit.
Because yeah, I mean, some of it, I don't know. I feel like none of it was just like in a way like beneficial, or like I feel like none of it just like was there to convince the common man to be like, oh, you know what, Elon Musk is right. I mean, obviously, a lot of
Wait,
Musk tards are gonna be on the bandwagon no matter what, but
it was fake? What?
I I almost so I did try looking for it and I didn't find it. But I didn't know if it was like deleted or
I don't think he's the type of person to delete tweets.
His own tweets? No, probably not.
Among his posts about healthcare, Musk on December 4th reshared a graph on wasteful health spending in the US. And on December 5th, reshared another graph that showed that the US spends more on healthcare administrative costs than other countries. That's also, yeah. I mean, I guess this kind of ties into RFK's, one of his biggest campaign talking points when he was in the running, but um, the health of general Americans, like you look at a stadium photo from the 70s, try and spot the fat person. And it's going to take a while. It's like finding Where's Waldo. Do that today, find the skinny person.
yeah.
So, I mean, we spend more on healthcare and the costs associated with any other country in the world because we have a lot of health issues. And I think that, like, part of it is personal responsibility, but also, I don't know, I guess this would tie into fucking the food argument and all food is poison in America. Um,
Yeah, I mean that's not something that's
I
going to be
don't know.
fixed overnight, and I don't think one administration is going to fix that either.
I I don't know. I don't think one administration could fix it. You're right. My hope is that like they're able to lay enough groundwork and show that like no, this is worth fighting for. Like there's something here. The work is good, and that the next administration would be like, okay, yeah, you guys did some good shit with this. Okay, I understand your point. Let's continue on.
Yeah.
That'd be that's the optimist approach. The realist approach is that in 2028, Gavin Newsom is going to be elected, and uh, that's not going
Yeah.
to happen. Um, I don't fucking know. Overall, yeah, healthcare is too fucking expensive. It's too much bullshit. It's like it's needlessly complicated. It fucks you over at every available
I
turn.
mean, yeah. I think also another thing that I didn't bring up yet was that Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Yeah, the
Oh
day
yeah,
of
yeah,
announced that if surgery was taking too long, the anesthesia would come out of pocket. Like if it was like if anesthesia costs were higher or anesthesia was going longer than what they expected in surgeries, then they would stop paying for it. Which in turn, a lot of arguments were like, okay, that's gonna rush the doctors, because they need to be within a certain timeline, because they don't, if they care about the patient, their pockets, they're gonna be like, okay, let's see how fast I can do this.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I think, yeah, and obviously, I think a day after they called off the surgery anesthesia cap due to this, so he kind of, you know, just by doing that, he saved, I would say, quite a few lives from that fucking anesthesia bullshit that Blue Cross Blue Shield was trying to pull off.
yeah. it's again that this is where I run into the issue with like incentives. It would be incentivizing them to like, yeah, we get our customers to pay more if the surgery goes on longer because anesthesia, paying their salary, their labor, plus the fucking materials. It gets expensive, but it's just at what fucking point where is it? Goddamn, man, fucking chill out.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only other two things I got, I don't think the guy's gonna be caught.
Yet supposedly he's already
I
out
don't
of
know how,
state.
I don't know how they'd know that.
I don't know either. That's what they're saying.
Maybe, maybe if they got the fucking, I mean, if they already have the FBI offering a $50,000 reward, then maybe there's some people at the FBI looking into
Yeah.
this as well. But, um, yeah, I don't think he's gonna be caught. And the other funny thing, the words etched into the bullet shells or casings, that's the name of a book. That book is currently sold out on Amazon.
Oh shit. That's kind of cool.
I tried I looked it up,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's currently sold out. Oh, the last thing I was gonna say, and this is another really funny thing. So the state of New York, I believe, has a complete ban on suppressors, and well, I think they did a good job because clearly the ban works.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That is a good point. We can see um yeah, it's working well for them. If you
Yeah,
obey the law, I don't know. Whatever.
I'm just
It's the fucking argument as old as time. If you ban something, bad people are still gonna fucking get it.
yeah,
But speaking of guns,
yeah. Let's hear about how our 51st state is fucking stupid. I think that'd actually be funny. That'd be the Fallout timeline if that
you
happens. But if
annex
like we
Canada. That
annex
was funny that
Canada,
he was actually playing with that.
yeah, I think that that again, that's a baller
Yeah,
move. All right, you talk to another world leader and you just casually say, "Well, what if we just absorb your country and make it a state, and we make it two states, so that way it's still like a tie
yeah.
between Republicans and
But it was
Democrats."
funny, yeah, because once he realized, oh wait, that's just gonna be a big Democratic state. He's like, oh, we'll separate it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So we have Canada said Thursday it is outlawing another 324 firearm varieties, guns the public safety minister said belong on the battlefield, not in the hands of hunters or sport shooters.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, fucking!
it's
I found out a new word. It's called a FUD.
a
All
FUD.
right,
What is that?
a FUD.
Isn't that one like Looney Tunes character?
Yeah, that's what it's named after. A FUD is someone who like uses their experience as like prior military service or hunter experience with weapons to justify their talking points. Their talking points being that I like guns just for hunting or for, skill shooting. You don't need anything
Yeah.
else. You don't need anything other than a bolt action rifle or a 12 gauge shotgun. Anything else, that's just designed to kill people, man. That's just
Well,
ridiculous.
it's kind of funny because yeah, I saw
And I kind of
Excuse me? That's
what
okay. Molly agrees. So, in your perfect world,
don't give a shit about guns. I'm fine with you having hunting guns if you hunt, but otherwise, I just
so if I own an
don't get
AR-15,
the point.
if I own an AR-15, is that bad?
Don't fucking care. It's your money if you want to spend on it.
Okay. Would you be
But
in favor of like enacting a ban or like preventing the sale from here on out?
I don't know.
because it's easier to use a weapon to do bad things.
Sure. I don't. I mean, yeah.
I feel like she just doesn't want to say the wrong thing. which is bad for argument purposes. Speak your mind.
I feel like if we never would have had guns, well, I mean, like, if we wouldn't have had the whole, like, oh, you're able to carry any gun, any kind of gun you want, that's fine.
That's not true.
Well,
I mean, okay, I get what you're saying
it's,
though, but if we didn't have the Second Amendment in the first place,
yeah, I feel like not too many people would care about, like, oh, you can only have, like, hunting rifles and shit.
I don't know.
But,
I feel like people in the UK or other European countries where, like the civilian population, I don't know about majority versus minority. I'm sure the majority would say I don't care, but like I'm sure there's people in other countries that say, yeah, this is
I feel
stupid.
like
That we
like
wish we could have.
with a country that's built off of leaving an oppressive government, because they had, you know, because they were able to with the tools at the time. I feel
Yeah,
like that's just still important to have weapons to their disposal. But
yeah, it was. I no, I know I agree with the idea that like the Second Amendment is a thing. I'm not saying that we can't try and solve anything relating to like mass shootings or violence, gang warfare, school shootings, because there are ways to do it.
how
Uh,
would you do it?
I don't fucking know. Okay, I want to look at the issues as to why like kids back in the '80s were able to bring their school or their guns to school or fucking shotguns or whatever, and that was just okay. It was just a thing that people did. What fucking what cultural changes led to the current climate we live in? Um, it's like the 1970s and 80s. They were still pretty. Weapons were still pretty effective. It's not like they're fucking pea shooters. Um,
I think overall,
they're just
I don't think guns have changed that much.
well, the idea behind them is just like I can kill people pretty efficiently. I mean, since what the fucking early 1900s, we found pretty efficient ways to make our weapons be able to be reliable and dispose of a large number of people efficiently, quickly.
I mean, yeah.
That premise hasn't changed for a while.
Yeah, regarding the Canadian thing, this is kind of annoying.
Yeah,
I guess the guy who used or in this AP news article, it says mass shootings are relatively rare in Canada, but the newly announced measures come on the eve of the 35th anniversary of the École Polytechnique in Montreal shooting, where a gunman killed 14 women before killing himself. So he used a Ruger Mini 14, which, looks.
sounds like a handgun.
It does, but it's
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah. I see.
Was that 5.56?
Probably, yeah,
But
yeah. I think it is. Yeah,
yeah, so he used that uh Natalie Provost, a survivor who was wounded in the attacks said Thursday she was targeted for being a woman studying engineering. These are just killing weapons, war weapons, military weapons. So I'm proud we are doing something, Provost said.
interesting.
I mean, overall, shitty situation. It's horrible that, she feels like
Yeah,
she was targeted and probably was because of, they were going for a certain demographic. And it's horrible that she almost passed away along with the 14 other women. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. It's just like it's a tool. You know,
Yeah, I
if
feel
it's
that.
in the wrong hands, obviously it's going to be used incorrectly. But yeah, I think it's interesting because they're not specifying in this article which firearms were banned, and a lot of them are just saying, um, you know, assault weapons. You know,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
the classic. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I think the idea is anything other than bolt action, maybe shotguns, which is crazy, but okay. Um,
Canada bans more
Disney has
assault
some
firearms. This
weapons.
is from Fox News. Why would?
Interesting.
President-elect Trump threatening this weekend to impose
Oh my
a
god! Shut the fuck up,
100%
you dumb fuck.
Canada bans more types of firearms and proposes donating guns to Ukraine. Okay.
We've got news for you. If you like our coverage, please disable your ad. Fuck you. I'm not disabling my shit. Dude, how invasive do you want to be? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, this is from Canada itself. Extended prohibition of assault-style firearms. As part of the comprehensive approach, on December 5th, 2024, the government announced the prohibition of more military-style assault-style weapons. Accompanying the prohibition is an amnesty order, which expires on October 30th, 2025, that protects business and owners while they come into compliance with the law. So they pretty much have like under a year to comply and turn in their weapons.
Uh,
That's so stupid.
or
Assault style. Assault like means nothing. At least with like
anything not bolt action. If it is belong, if it can be used in the battlefield, it doesn't belong at
okay.
home. So that means literally every. Because World War II, there were plenty of bolt action rifles. You know, they were pretty fucking effective. See, okay, so I'm looking at an AP News article. This is a second to last paragraph. Um, Canada has had far fewer mass shootings than the U.S. in part because of a lack of easy access to guns. Although the U.S. population is also far larger than Canada's. Officials have acknowledged guns smuggled into Canada illegally are often used by criminals. Opposition Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre called the announcement a stunt by Justin Trudeau's government that attacks licensed and law abiding hunters and sport shooters.
They're banning high points. That's like telling a guy in a wheelchair to not show up to a marathon.
So all semi-automatic weapons are banned, I believe now.
I don't know about all. The PS90, that one's banned now. Browning? What?
Right? So the people that bought them are also kind of getting fucked. I mean,
Dude, when
for
did they
mass
have this
anyway.
legalized? The Browning M19 19A4. Literally just a fucking mounted machine gun. Bullshit, they had that legalized before. I guess they had to specify, huh? The Mauser STG-44.
Yeah. Well, I just want to know, like, what. I was gonna say fuck to say this,
Yeah.
but like, what's gonna happen when
Dude, that sucks for like history
there's an.
buffs.
I'm just curious, like, if what the response is gonna be if when or if there's another mass shooting in Canada, and it's perpetrated with one of these banned weapons.
Well, that won't happen because they're
What's
banned. You can't have them.
I'm just curious, what's gonna fucking happen? What's
Somebody's gonna remind them mid, shootout, like, hey, you can't have those.
This is a gun
Yeah,
free zone?
hey, this is a gun-free zone. Oh, might be.
Okay. I don't know. I don't do this for a job, so I don't have like detail oriented solutions on like how to stop mass shootings. But I can firmly believe that this ban won't really accomplish its goal. Not when your neighbor is the US, alright? Maybe for some other fucking country, maybe it could do something. Maybe. Maybe. That's a big fucking maybe. But
Dude, can you imagine? Because they're saying they want to give all these firearms to Ukraine. Can you imagine giving Ukrainians high points for the front lines? You fucking assholes. Might as well just fucking
I
use
think they
those for
want
bullets or something.
I think they want Ukraine to lose. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. No, this is oh, they're banning pistols.
Yeah, that sounds about. Well, I mean, there. I can at least. I could almost could accept that as like in the U.S. most mass shootings are conducted with pistols. So, like it would make sense if they target pistols
Oh no,
exclusively
it's
because they're
it's the
easy to
wrong
conceal.
pistol that you're thinking of. It's the Beretta
Uh,
ARX 160-22 pistol. It looks like
I want
it
my
looks like
first
a
pistol.
Fortnite weapon.
I want my first pistol to be a Beretta.
Yeah, that one.
No, fuck that. That looks ridiculous.
Yeah, so they're not like actually like I was trying to find like pistols or something. 'Cause I was because that would make sense because that's like what most shootings happen in because it's small. We just saw one this week. It's easy and compact. And it was
Yeah,
actually with the 22, I believe. It's low caliber. That means it won't do anything.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to solve it. How to completely fix it, and to be honest, I don't think you can. Which is fuck to say. So there is no perfect solution. I mean, these weapons exist. Someone will be able to get them one way or another. It's just a matter of like how many extra hoops are they gonna have to go through
Yeah.
before they get them.
I'm surprised Canada hasn't like given the US shit like we have with Mexico with drugs, like the US with
The
weapons.
Mexican president, she commented on that actually about like, yeah, a lot of our cartels that we're dealing with here, they get weapons from the
Interesting.
US. So fuck you
Yeah.
guys, for supplying our ingrown enemies.
All right, yeah. Canada doesn't have a lot of weapons that you're allowed to buy, and now you have even less, and none of them are pistols. At least conventional
Right.
pistols.
I mean, you got that going. Cost of living is like even more expensive than in America somehow. Yeah, Canada sounds fucking. It
It's
sounds
got free
bad.
healthcare.
Oh,
Sounds great to me.
that's good.
That is well, I mean, coming from, you're literally bordering Canada right now. So like, you should say some nice things about them.
I should start waving a gun. You wish you could have this, don't you?
Just throw a Beretta over the border. No, a high point. Just a fucking something useless.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna start freaking out about it. I just can't imagine that. Just like
Well,
you own like a useless ass weapon. They're like, hey, what the fuck? The maximum punishment is thrown at you. They throw the book at you for that.
yeah.
Um, in other
Yeah.
news, we have Syria, some shit lit up in that, and with Russia being busy with their own war, um, they're not helping their own backed Syrian army. So there's just a proxy war. It's a side mission.
Yeah.
That
Was it
big
Assad, right?
huh?
That's the leader they've backed, Assad, or backing the rebels.
Yeah.
Sounds about
And I
right.
guess the rebels had like a lot of wins, and then Russia, Turkey, Iran want immediate end to fight in Syria. That's what Lavrov said.
Interesting. Why do they want an immediate end to that? What do they stand to lose?
Well, I mean, they stand to lose because they have a lot of equipment and people going to something else, to a different cause.
Yeah, but like, what do they stand to lose by losing Syria? Like losing that government? Like, what resources does the country have? Or
It's Middle East, so it's probably like a lot of oil. They have an oil-backed economy. What they could just have more. I don't know.
yeah, I guess that'd be like securing your monopoly almost.
Yeah, trying to secure something. Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, uh, Sergei Lavrov, has said he and his Iranian and Turkish counterparts are calling for an end to the hostile activities in Syria, where opposition fighters have made a rapid advance in a major challenge to President Bashar al-Assad. Speaking to Al Hazira, I don't know how to say that, Jazeera at the
Oh, Al
Al
Jazeera?
Jazeera. Okay, maybe I'm just stupid. At the
I've heard
Doha
of
forum in the Qatari capital on Saturday, Lavrov said Russia, Iran, Turkey expressed support for dialogue between the government and legitimate opposition in Syria. So I guess, yeah, he said, "All right, let's stop. Let's talk it out."
Yeah, I mean, it's just another oil exporting country.
Is it? Did you look into that?
Yeah, so petroleum is their leading natural resource. Um, what was it? Something like 8.5 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. So that's their big one. So wait, it's Syrian government gas fields. The rebels are in the Idlib area. Okay. Man, there's too many fucking proxy wars to keep track
Yeah,
of. This is fucking.
it's too much shit.
Okay, U.S. occupation. Okay, so there's Israel, Lebanon, Syria, U.S. occupied area, Turkish occupation, and then the Syrian government. I mean, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess I can see why we'd want the rebels to win because that'd obviously be favorable to us because I'm sure we're supplying or helping them in some way. And, it gives America a bigger foothold and more resources and more money. I work for the industry that benefits off of big oil. So maybe this is a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, if the rebels win, cheaper gas prices, guys.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was like an obvious guess that I had, but obviously it's just gonna help with oil. And it's
Yeah.
liquid gold, so
Yeah. Well, I don't kind of sucked with my geography. I don't remember or I didn't remember where Syria was located next to, but um Yeah, border with Turkey and Iraq. Yeah, so I guess also as well. Yeah, that'd also probably be why it's such a good fucking thing. If the US was able to completely seize Syria, then Iraq and Iran, probably the two biggest enemies of the US in the Middle East, wouldn't have access to the sea and the ocean because the ports are in Syria. Oh, actually, wait, no, we've blocked off that according to this fucking thing I'm looking at. Yeah, we've blocked off access to the seaport from. Interesting. Yay, U.S. government for fighting in more proxy wars.
Love to see it.
I wonder what would happen if we just didn't. Would it dramatically get worse for us, or would like nothing change?
I mean, this is
I'm
really
curious.
interesting. So, is Turkey and the U.S. on the same side of this war?
I would be. I don't know.
Because Turkey is a part of NATO, so that would be interesting.
They
Yeah,
are. But they'd have to be then.
but they're making it. I mean, from what I've seen, it looks like that they're not. They're kind of like their own separate thing.
Really
But
interesting. So maybe, yeah. Why don't we fucking strong arm them? Why don't
just
we?
kick them out of NATO.
How much
Like,
of our
hey,
military? Yeah. How much?
get out
How
of
much of,
Syria, or you're getting out of NATO. But
yeah. How much of our? How much of their military do we spend our money on?
okay, so I might be wrong. I think maybe the reason why we're helping the rebels is we're helping Turkey as well. Dude, I don't know. Apparently, this is like one of the more complicated global conflicts to like try and figure out. So
Yeah.
going with this map
I
here,
remember.
it's saying a lot of, allied countries like Israel, Turkey, and U.S. You don't see like Russia on here. So I'm assuming
Yeah.
that those are all on the same side.
That makes sense because yeah, Russia backs the current government of
Yeah.
Assad. The last thing I remember hearing about him was back during like 2014 Obama's administration was I think the U.S. denouncement of the Assad government for using chemical weapons on its on the rebels and also their own civilians.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That was the last I fucking heard about that. How lucky for us that we can just commentate on this like it's just a Saturday for
It
us.
literally is. It's a
But,
Saturday for us.
but meanwhile,
Yeah.
they're fucking
It's kind of like our OG, or one of our OG episodes. You're talking about the Ukrainian war. It's normal Saturday.
yeah.
I mean, what else are we supposed to do? Just not talk about it? Say, hey, I'm gonna join
Yeah.
this tomorrow. I'm gonna join this cause.
Yeah, I'm gonna join the Syrian rebel cause now. I got sick of the
Okay.
Ukrainian cause.
Yeah, I got bored. Yeah. So that one's
Interesting. I mean, yeah, it literally is just a fucking who controls the country that has more natural resources.
Here's another thing from CBS News though. Turkey hits Kurdish targets in Iraq and Syria after terror attack, and Turkey has hit Kurdish military targets. So where are the Kurds at? Are they in?
Wait, so they seized the capital? They seized Aleppo? Oh, this is a fucking
So the
podcast. What the
Syrian
hell? I'm
Kurds
listening.
are U.S. backed.
Okay.
But that's interesting seeing that Turkey hits Kurdish targets.
Interesting.
I don't know. Just trying to piece this together right on the podcast, I think is like the bad thing, is like not the right thing to do. Maybe I should have like came in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's interesting, because while Russia's preoccupied, they're like, okay, let's, this one we should talk out.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, you can't. They can't fight a war on two fronts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this could be a good thing. The only thing I know about the current government in power was that they used chemical weapons on their own civilians, so that's not a good start. So maybe if they're deposed, I'm trying to think like in terms of geopolitical chess. Let's just say that like U.S. backed forces in Syria win. How does that What's our leverage that we gain from that? I mean, obviously it benefits our economy with oil, but like, how does it benefit us with standing? How does it fuck with Russia? Right. That aside from them losing access to the money, like what other things do they stand to lose by losing control of that region?
I mean, besides money and then maybe like, some control over that territory, like if anything, it's just like more positive US presence in the Middle East.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Maybe that's the warpath. We have Israel. Um, we take Syria, and then we move back into Iraq. Third time's the charm, and then we move on to
yeah.
Iran.
Eventually we nuke India. It's no man's land.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. That was too much of my brother got to hold me. Uh,
I don't want India to be a part of the American global empire.
that'd be awesome. I just think that like every vote that happens in the UN, they're always neutral, as if the votes matter to begin with. They still remain neutral.
Yeah. Maybe I should try and get elected as a UN ambassador and just throw a bitch fit on stage. What the fuck? No one does
Yeah.
anything here.
What do you
We're all
do? What do
fucking
you do?
useless. Go back home.
Just ask a random guy.
Are you the president of your country? No? Then get the fuck out. I don't want to talk to you.
Um,
I think we as a species are very interesting in how we've chosen the current state of the world.
yeah.
I guess I feel like I'm above it all. But
Yeah, I mean, I know better. So,
yeah. Well, I think, yeah, if I were president, I like the idea of just annexing Canada, but none of their citizens get a vote. um, anyway. Well, fucking Jason takes a shit. I was just gonna say the two other things that I had seen. The less interesting one, Notre Dame opens back up. I think some world leaders were in attendance, just, looking at the shit. I forget how the fire even started, but it's kind of cool that it wasn't completely destroyed and that we were able to restore some of it. Um, yeah, world history is something good to preserve. It'd be like if the fucking Eiffel Tower started to rust and pieces fell off. I'd hope that we'd fucking. I'm probably never gonna see it in my life, but like, I'd hope that someone fucking saves it. It's cool as fuck. Um, what are your thoughts on important world architecture, Molly?
I think it's important to preserve it, keep it there. I don't know. If it gets destroyed, I don't know. I guess it depends on what it is. If
What do you think we could go without? Like, what wouldn't you mind being destroyed? Like, if it had to get blown up tomorrow, what would you choose?
I don't think there's anything.
Nothing. You just want to like get off the face of the earth.
No.
You have to choose one.
Why? What is
Um, I think the world's largest ball of twine.
What? Asshole.
I think we,
created by one man or
yeah, created by one man. I think we could just nuke that out of Earth.
so completely nuke something in Minnesota?
Yeah, yeah.
I-
What about you, Jason? What fucking world landmark would you just want to wipe off the face of the earth?
Am I known for it? Or is it just something that just happens?
It's just something that happens.
I just think it would be funny if like something like the Great Wall of China.
Mm.
You know, because they can't
Fuck
boast
you.
about it
I think
anymore.
that's cool. I think it's cool though.
Yeah, but you can't actually see it from space.
Okay, it's still a massive fucking
Yeah,
wall
it's
that
just fuck
spans.
China. So, I mean,
Okay, they have some cool fucking shit.
actually, I retract my statement. Burj Khalifa nuked.
Yeah, the
It's a
tallest
fucking
skyscraper,
poop truck.
Saudi
They don't have
Arabia.
any plumbing. They literally have a poop truck that
Yeah.
comes to that fucking building.
That's insane. I think that the Burj Khalifa was built with slave labor as well.
Yeah, everything in Dubai was made slave labor.
Sounds about right. You know what? I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't care about it. It'd probably make. What is the second tallest skyscraper? Um, the second tallest is in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. What?
Are you
Okay.
not happy with what you found?
Okay, yeah, the Burj Khalifa has been the tallest since 2010. I mean, all right. I don't care about it, but the fact that we're able to make that, I can't imagine what it's like looking at that in person. It'd be fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Isn't what did you say was second place?
some building in fucking Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. See,
Yeah, we're not even in third place.
according to this, it's Shanghai Tower in China. But don't they
That's
have
second
like a
place?
shit ton of like empty buildings because they keep making random shit with a bunch of cheap materials?
Maybe. I don't even know one
Oh,
World
this
Trade
is
Center.
in
You know,
Asia, not the world. Okay, that makes sense. In America, whoa, Central Park Tower is in second place.
yeah, we're seventh place. The fucking building that replaced the Twin Towers.
1776 feet tall. That's kind of cool. I would have just doubled the size of. What would have that been?
These are cool buildings to look at, though. I am impressed. Central Park Tower, tallest residential building, I'm sure. Sears Tower or Willis Tower. Yeah. We have the slenderest skyscraper in the world. Obviously, all of this is in fucking New York, but Trump International Hotel and Tower is 35th. No way. Interesting.
Okay, so the South Tower stood over a quarter mile tall at about 1,362 feet. So would that be 2,700? Yeah, around 2,700 feet. That's possible.
Nice.
So if we so instead of 1,776 feet, we should have, stacked them one on top of each other. 2,700, and that would have been about the height of the Burj Khalifa.
Jesus.
And we would have been either like kind of in first or second place.
That's insane that the tallest building outside of Asia is less than half the tallest building in the
I
world.
think that's insane. It's two of the Twin Towers stacked on top of each other is the Burj Khalifa.
It's the One World Trade Center, buddy, but okay.
I wasn't referencing that. I was actually talking about the Twin Towers because the South Tower was 1,300 64 feet tall.
But the current one is
Yes,
1776.
obviously. I was just talking about the Twin Towers. If you stack them on top of each other, that's the Burj Khalifa.
If you put the one twin tower before it was destroyed on top of the other twin tower before it was destroyed.
That doesn't make sense. They're destroyed.
Because they're
Are you
destroyed.
are you gaslighting me? All right.
What? I think okay. This should be something that Donald Trump fucking folks. We're gonna build the biggest fucking tower. Fuck Saudi Arabia. We're taking the title. We should just start building the fucking tower taller. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, and call it the 47th President Tower. Or just its alternate
Yeah.
name, Trump Tower.
Trump Tower
Yeah.
2.0.
Trump Tower 2.
I think if I ever had the chance to meet him, that'd be my only like talking point. I'm just gonna try and convince
Yeah,
him.
no one's
just
ever going to
fucking
do
look
nuclear. He won't even talk, or he won't say shit about nuclear. I would just bring that up.
Yeah, well, nuclear's not gonna happen, so I'll just go with the fucking tower. At least that's like I did this. I can be proud of
Yeah,
this.
at least start the plans, clear out an area, get it started.
Yeah.
And then what are they going to do? Cancel a project for the largest or the tallest skyscraper?
Yeah, that America used to have pride. Like it used to be a good thing to be American pride. Now,
Yeah, Empire State Building,
no,
wasn't that like the tallest skyscraper in the world at some point?
probably. We're the first fucking country on the moon, motherfuckers. I don't know.
So far,
It's hard.
the only country on the moon. I mean, with a man on the moon at
Yeah.
least.
It is kind of hard to have American pride, but like we could get there. I think the first step is building the tallest building in the world. Can you imagine those fucking iron workers? That must have been a fucking incredible
That
job.
must have been fucking mind-numbing to
Fucking-
watch it collapse after all that work.
You literally see your great grandfather, your dad, and yourself work on
Yeah.
that building all throughout your fucking lives, and then it just 12 motherfuckers.
All to the ground, and it's just
Yeah.
the Empire State Building is the second tallest skyscraper in the world. Wow.
Do you think you could do this job, Jason? Oh, I sent it to obesity.
Oh, perfect. I was already there. I don't know.
Why'd you send it twice?
What do you think, Molly? Do you think this would be your ideal line of work?
Fuck no.
Some of them look like kids.
I
somehow.
wouldn't call it ideal, but it would be kind of chill. I think that photo is fake, staged.
No. What do you mean staged? Yeah, I need you guys to pose up on top of this really tall building real quick.
Yeah. Even if it was, that's still like insane. You know, those aren't even boots. They're just like work shoes. Like
Yeah.
obviously, like they didn't have like grip standards or anything.
They didn't have
You
suspension,
didn't have
safety
harnesses, you
suspension.
know.
Yeah. It's like, don't fucking fall, all right? And if you don't fall, we'll pay you good money. So
Yeah.
there's your incentive to not fall. Yeah, I think this is this is the issue with society. I mean, they did a modern recreation of this photo. The quality is shit, but look at all those fucking hard hats. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do,
Jesus.
motherfucker? Nothing's gonna change.
The World Trade Center
Your
construction
brain.
project in New York City had 60 fatalities, making it the city's deadliest construction project.
Jesus.
However, the Brooklyn Bridge has a higher death rate per 1,000 workers, making it the deadliest construction project in the city when adjusted for size. Jesus. Yeah, so, yeah, 50 fatalities per 1,000 workers. That's insane.
God damn. I mean, maybe it's a good thing OSHA exists. No, maybe not. I don't know.
It can be good. You know, just the idea that it's there makes the companies kind of freak out. I feel like the standards they enforce are, and some of it is a little too much.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of it where it goes to like there was so I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. One of the guys he had on, and I really want to start watching some of the episodes of his show, but he had Mike Rowe on, the host of Dirty Jobs, and one of the things he was talking about is I'm probably misquoting what he was saying, but like safety should be the fourth priority. All right, sometimes over prioritization it it fucks with it. All right.
I think that's stupid.
Um,
I think
it-
there's ways you can make things efficient while making it safe.
yeah, but like the guys on top,
Like
the guys
obviously,
who
like
did
it's
this in
gonna
like
be easier, or it's not gonna be easier, but it's gonna be a lot quicker if you just do it like dirty and unsafe, and like you get in awkward
yeah,
positions. But like I don't want to be in that line of work if it's fucking, nothing's regulated. It's like the
what if
job
the
gets
pay
done
is really good?
first. Your life,
What if
the pay.
the pay is really good?
I'm listening.
Okay, before we start that, what if um
That we're risking your life
how much
over?
money would it take, Jason, for you to be an iron worker? Like the people pictured. Like what is your minimum starting wage?
Hmm.
And this is
Yeah.
current day with OSHA safety standards
Oh,
and
with
etc.
okay, probably like $30 an hour. 30,
Okay, so what if it's 1940 standards? What's your
1940
starting
standards,
wage?
probably $40 an hour.
Only a $10. Jesus Christ. Let me look up actually. Um, Probably get paid a lot less than I
But
think
that's
they
just
do.
starting. That's just starting, I'd say.
Starting is 20 an hour.
Jesus Christ. That's ass.
um, but it goes up pretty quick. So okay, well this is just AI overview, and AI overview is dog shit. So let me look at iron worker union pay scale. Oh shit. Well, it obviously depends on like what fucking city, but let's just go with do they have Minneapolis? It's got to be on here somewhere. Where the fuck is Minneapolis? Where's Ride the Lightning? South Minnesota? What? Okay. So in Minnesota, the average hourly rate of an iron worker is about $44 an hour, so about a $90,000 salary, which isn't bad. For 44 an hour with like current day standards, I'd say that's pretty fucking worth your
44 an
time.
hour. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I would say that would be pretty good. If you ever, yeah, I mean, if you've ever like, the construction job I had, work with those big fucking metal towers, sketchy as fuck.
Yeah. What do you feel like you should have been paid when you were doing that job?
I thought it was being paid kind of fairly.
70. Fuck you, dude.
I mean, it was a summer
That's
job. I was getting paid, yeah, $18 an
you're getting
hour
paid
for the next
17.
summer.
No, it was 17.
For a second summer, though.
Oh, for your
Yeah.
second.
You
Okay.
see, you just say shit. You don't even want to listen to me.
No, I remember your first fucking 3 months of doing it. You said you were getting 17 an hour.
Yeah, but like it went up the next year.
That's when I started at 18 an hour. I think they regret that immensely. Oh, no, they're just a bad company, man. No, it wasn't that bad. It was just fucking.
It's easy. It's actually
You
like
just
not a bad
weren't.
job. Just
It was kind of a bad job.
You just didn't like it.
I wouldn't say it's a bad job. I mean, it was just
It was
like
a bad job.
like manual labor, just a lot of manual labor, but
You have stupid fucking coworkers, all right?
I didn't have a problem with the coworkers.
They weren't terrible, but they weren't great, definitely.
One of them was family. I mean, one of them was like, I feel like I just had to stick up his ass, and I don't think he really liked me. The manager,
Oh, yeah,
Aaron.
I got that vibe. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
There was one fucking time I saw him like actually laugh, and that's when we were fucking listening to a radio show when we were driving to a site.
yeah.
There's something about like penis enlargement pills and getting scammed with Gmail. It was funny. I remember that, but I don't remember the full bit.
Okay. Oh, who's that other guy? Oh, yeah.
Mark.
I thought he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
There's a couple other guys that
Yeah,
we
he
worked with
literally
that was
fucking
pretty good.
literally fucking Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg. We fucking worked with him.
Yeah, we worked with Mark Wahlberg at UFC. See, once we tell people that, we've been places.
I still have that fucking UFC winter jacket they gave me.
Is it nice? Is it thick?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was using it all of last winter for when it got cold out, and it does its fucking job. It's good. There's a rip on the left sleeve, so I might bribe Molly into learning how to sew so she can fix it so I can keep that jacket.
You know, my
I know
my
her.
grandmother,
I just don't like
the one that snapped at you,
Well,
was really good at sewing.
Fucking snap at that bitch to sew for me.
So you can just give it to me, and then
No, I'm not giving it to you.
okay.
I don't trust you. I feel like you'd steal that jacket.
Why would I?
No, it's mine.
When if I
It's mine.
stole from you? If anything, you stole from me.
Multiple times. I've never once stolen from
Where's
you.
my fucking charger? My wireless charger.
You gave that to me.
You lost it, asshole.
I didn't lose it. I fucking tossed it in
That
the
was $60.
trash. That thing for
It's
60
worth
bucks, that was a piece of shit. That
Dude,
was a
I
piece of
hate you.
shit for 60
Fuck.
I hate you. You gave me a
Dude, I
defunct
gave you a
fucking
free
charger.
$60 device, and you tossed that shit in the garbage
bullshit.
like it was nothing.
Bullshit device. Fucking useless ass device.
Yeah, it was stupid, and it had to be like centered over a certain area. That's why I didn't really like it. Well, he should have sold it.
It was fucking awesome. To
he
who?
donated it.
He donated it?
Yeah, I brought it into the
Okay.
thrift store.
I mean, that's better than... You made it sound like you just toss it in the fucking dumpster. Fuck this.
I wish I did.
You woke up one morning, your phone wasn't charged. So you deliberately fucking
No.
threw it away. Cigarette in mouth.
I saw it and it just reminded me of you, and I just couldn't fucking do
Is
it.
that actually what happened?
No, it
It
genuinely
had
was a
bad
piece of
aura
shit.
because it reminded...
Yeah. That charger, it just was awful. Alright, it was fucking terrible. But I'll be right back. I have to fucking
Okay.
piss my brains out because I've been drinking Reds.
How much has he drank?
2 bottles.
What? And he's already, like,
I'm
pissing?
sober.
Whoa, he's getting a little tipsy, huh? Maybe I give too much shit. Yeah, I could drink, like, a whole, like, bottle of whiskey. Alright, not like a handle, but, like, you know, like a mid-size.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you should. Come on, you're 21 now.
Yeah. I'm still not, like, a drinker, though.
Then get there.
I don't want to.
So you're just gonna spend your whole life sober?
Yeah, I think so.
Boring.
It's worked out pretty good for me so far, so I think
I
I'll
mean,
stick
I
to
wouldn't
it.
say so, but I mean,
Yeah?
yeah.
You think I'd have a better life if I was drunk all the time?
I think you'd have a more enjoyable life. Like if you showed up to work, like at the thrift store drunk. You know, what
I
would
don't
their
think that would be
reaction
very
be?
enjoyable.
Maybe that time you can piss on their chair.
They don't have a chair.
Go to their car or something.
I'm good. I don't want to piss on someone's
Well, somebody
car.
did want to piss on your chair, so
They didn't do it on purpose.
I don't know. It's just weird
Admit.
because like the stories that I've heard from the thrift store, it just sounds like you work like the entire place is just a public bathroom. You know, you do like paper towel tests for like piss on the floor or like someone shat in the floor at some point. Someone pissed in the chair. It's disgusting.
It's not always like that, okay?
Those
are
I'm doing a
just
smear
the exciting events.
I'm doing a smear campaign right now on our thrift store.
Well, that's good.
Why is that good?
It means you'll have to quit and find a new job.
And then you can find
Okay, and then I'll be jobless for a
work
while.
at Cashwise.
Like,
You're female, you could work at Target.
I don't think I'd enjoy that.
How would it be different?
More people that I have to interact with.
I mean, it depends on where you work though.
And then it would like ruin the fun of shopping there. Like, oh, I want to go to Target to get something, and then just run into all the coworkers that I see regularly.
Then
and
go
sit
to
and
a
talk
different
to, and it's
Target.
like,
where?
wait, I don't want to drive an
Oh yeah, I
hour
forgot
away to
you
go
like
to
live in the middle of nowhere. Rural state of
Yeah,
Minnesota.
it's just our apartment and Target. Just our apartment and Target.
Yeah,
Nothing.
rural state of Minnesota. Just move to the cities and then work at a Target there.
He moved to the city.
Why are you mocking me in such a condescending tone? You find that highly offensive. Elaborate.
Highly offensive. Moving to the city. That's a terrible idea.
All right, elaborate. Why do you think that's such a horrible idea?
Um, Traffic would be an everyday thing, no matter what.
Depends on what time you
Um,
go out. Yeah.
you know what? No, and yeah.
You could
Um,
go. You could go to your job
basically,
early. Show up to your job at like
yeah,
2 a.m. Sleep in the car.
fuck that, dude. Any hours between like 7 and I want to say 7, 7 and 8 o'clock. Honestly, it's fucking busy. Um, I mean, there would be some nice parts, like there's a lot more shit to do. There's a lot more new places. There's a lot more exciting shit going on. It's, I
Yeah.
don't know. I maybe this is just the small town kid in me still scared, but like, I don't know if I'd ever want to live like in the middle of a major city. I'm sure it'd be interesting. I'm like deathly afraid I'm gonna get fucking mugged. All right, the mugger is gonna get mugged, but I don't know. It would be.
I mean, my
I don't
sister's been
hate
doing
the
fine so
idea, but
far.
I'm not looking forward. Well, yeah. Like again, I'm not like scared of shit happening. I mean, if it happens, it happens.
It happened to
I'm not
one
like,
of our buddies.
yeah. Well, they're a little bitch. They could have defended themselves.
Wasn't it knife point?
Supposedly, which is just crazy. You just laugh and
Who?
walk away. Olivia, I think
Oh.
they got mugged at knife point. Um, like again, I don't hate the idea, but it's not something I'm like looking out for. I'd rather just live in a suburb of a big city, like enjoy all the benefits of it, but still don't live in the city itself. Lower cost of living, possibly.
Yeah. Did you realize that, like I said, cities, like that implies it could have been like in the area of the cities,
Yeah, either Minneapolis or St. Paul.
or um, one of those southern, cities to the south of it, one of those like suburban areas.
I mean, maybe that'd be. I don't hate that idea. I mean, I'd be okay with it. I don't have any.
So you think
Again, it's
you're
like the
closer to
benefits
stuff?
being
I mean, you still
close.
have have traffic if you plan to go into the cities, but
Yeah,
see, I had no like positive points for you to go, but like I somehow convinced you that it was still a good idea to move over there.
I've thought about this
I'm sure you
before
have.
you've been
I'm
alive.
sure you
I
have.
literally. Um,
Get another Reds. Get another pedophile ale.
what the fuck?
Speaking of that, actually, there's been some controversies with my organization's meme pages,
Oh,
and one of them was accused of texting a minor. And they had like the chat logs and shit, and they posted it, and some I have received
okay.
information one way or another about
Oh,
someone's meme page. They were asked to take, or like, hey, take this down by the person who was accused of it, when like it was because they had made a meme about it.
mm,
But it's just interesting seeing all these meme pages beef, and I just don't understand, like, in the organization we're in, the memes that they're making, or however, I just don't understand how they even like ended up in the DMs of a minor anyway. But
I I don't know. I mean,
personally, I just feel like
I
this is
don't
like
fucking
so
know.
easily avoidable. You have to go out of your way to go like, hey, what's up? But I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they
I
like
mean, I guess it.
accidentally like, texted in their sleep or something. Like, oh,
I mean, I think it depends if like they immediately identify themselves as a
yeah.
minor.
So I don't know the full situation. I think the whole the a lot of it is like, you know, hearsay and nothing is like very specific. There hasn't been any proof. Supposedly, the there's investigators already on the case, but I I just thought it was funny controversy that it was like a military fucking meme page beef that's going on.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. What if I just dismantle your organization entirely?
Oh, really? How so?
I'll approach even every service member, ask them what they do, and if I don't like their answer, they're gone.
I have the most job security. All right. Speaking of internet controversies, we have the talk to a cryptocurrency.
Oh, we already talked
Oh, we
about this.
did. Well, I didn't.
I mean, what else do
It
you have
was
to
the
say?
Hawk coin. You know.
We did talk about that
I briefly. Okay, that shows
on
where
like
you were.
on air. I mean,
Yes.
Ugh. I thought you guys talked about it when I wasn't here because we never talked about it
Yeah,
when I was here.
that's when I talked about it. Um. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts
Anyway,
on it?
I
I think
think it's
she's.
interesting 'cause she's still denying it's a scam. Penguin Z0 said that like he kind of like hypothesized what if the guy who's like was talking to CoffeeZilla was like the fall guy, and that's why he's like being such an asshole. So it
Yeah,
doesn't fall on her. It's just him who's remembered. But
I could see that. Yeah, I was watching that video before we started the podcast. Yeah, it's not a good look.
I think it's funny. That's good. I can't wait until we get our OPP coin and we start scamming our own people. We don't need you guys.
I mean, I guess our fans can take solace. I don't even know how to scam you guys with crypto, so I guess you guys are safe.
You're safe
But
for
I will
now.
start. Yeah, that is true.
The OPP crypto coin. I'm just gonna type in how do I make my own crypto coin?
Hmm.
How to create cryptocurrency. 7 easy steps. Step 1. Define your objectives. Step 2. Consensus algorithm. 3 is choose a blockchain platform. 4 is create the nodes. Oh, I need a separate computer for that. Nodes are computers that participate in the blockchain network. Design the internal architecture. Define who can access, create, and validate new blocks. Create. Dude, this seems like way too much fucking work. Generate wallet address. Now that your nodes are up, you need to have an address so people can interact with your network to buy or sell cryptocurrency. Integrate the APIs. While this step is optional, it's a good idea to think about an API for your cryptocurrency, as this will allow your users to build new tools and interact with your network in inventive ways. APIs are a fantastic way to build trust with a community of developers and tech enthusiasts. Is it legal to create your own cryptocurrency? Short answer is yes. What?
Why is there a long answer?
Long answer is it's complicated.
Long answer.
Cryptocurrencies are in a
Mm.
gray area right now. Some countries accept them wholeheartedly. Others only accept a few. Okay, so it's just based off of country then. So that's not complicated.
Alright.
Okay. I don't know. Just like don't buy into fucking crypto scams. If you really want to buy cryptocurrency, use like a reputable stock trading app or something.
Yeah. I should buy at least something crypto once in my life just to say I fucking have.
I have a little bit of
I invested. Yeah, fucking the next Bitcoin,
well, I have
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. I have a little bit of Bitcoin too. Because who doesn't?
I don't. I invested in the stock market. I put like $100 into this natural gas company, and I forgot the login info for that account. And they've switched owners, and they created a new website. And I think I missed the window where I can like transfer my
Did their
account.
stocks go up
So
like a
who knows?
lot?
Maybe I don't even remember the
Oh,
company. I doubt it.
I think
So I've
I think
invested
that's
in.
as good as gone.
Yeah, I sent $100 to fucking Wall Street, and it's gone.
Yeah,
Safe.
awesome. So that $100 helped them sell their company.
Yeah. Man, I don't understand stocks. It doesn't make sense. What do you mean I'm buying a company?
You're
What?
just giving them a portion of money. You're just giving them money to use, and then they're giving you a
It kind of
portion
seems.
back with interest
So how do people make money off of this?
by the money you get back. So like the company gets bigger, that means that your stake in the company that you originally got, like if you bought like 1/4 of a company, for $25, they go up to $50. 1/4 of $50 is a lot more than 1/4 of 25.
So how do I know what companies to invest in?
I don't know. That one you should probably like my boss just looks into like TikToks and shit, and he said he's gotten money.
All
He
right.
said that that's the best way for him to do it, other than just like blindly
Yeah,
throwing money in there like I do.
I
I
kind of get
kind of
it,
like
I
look at
guess.
global conflicts or like around COVID, you could do gas companies or car companies because they were at an all-time low and they're gonna go higher after COVID. But
Yeah. I should have invested in GameStop back when they were shorting that stock. That would have been
yeah,
good.
I should have. But I was way late to the party when I heard about that.
Yeah. That's what by the time, yeah, for most situations, by the time we hear about it, it's too late. Uh,
Yeah, unless you're like literally on that thread of like Reddit or 4chan or whatever the fuck the next thing is. I think you're gonna miss it.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, what do you think that was a good episode?
Um, well, I think yeah, it was okay. I think what are the key takeaways that we can all walk away from like a better understanding of life itself, you know? What's the message of the week? All right, what's the theme of the week?
Talk to a lawyer.
If your gun jams,
Just
don't lose sight.
tap, rack, reassess.
Yeah. That's what fucking Haley Welch needs to do
Tap,
right
rack,
now.
reassess. Yep. Sports.
But yeah.
You know, your weapons basics.
Yeah.
Fuck is this? The big
What
ass
is what?
pizza with that big ass guy right next to it.
Now you fucking
Yeah.
see that photo.
I tried the so-called
This
super
freaking-
slice. I was not impressed, or what the fuck? It is a regular sized pizza pie in an inconvenient triangle shape. As you can see, it has a pre-cut to a variety. Dude. Stop. This is your sign.